Your car is broken and you're running late. So I feel like those are two different things.
So I will explain. My bad. My car is running lean.
Lean?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not pumping enough gas in. My gears are shifting extremely hard if I don't speed up just enough.
So you're driving faster, so your car shifts better. So the speed limit here on Hunt Highway is 45. You passed me at 72.
Facebook's always looking for a 3-minute video, and so is Sam. We had no idea during the stop or even shortly after it that this driver was going to be terrible for more than 3 minutes to make one episode. But when Sam got back to the office and rewatched the video and he realized how the amount of excuses could fill 3 full minutes, that this was going to turn into this video.
My car is not saying I'm going that fast at all.
Well, so your car that isn't working correctly is not reading that. My radar that is working correctly is what said that when you passed me. So I'm sure that if one of the two of these is reading correctly, it's my calibrated certified radar. When was the last time you smoked any marijuana?
I don't.
Concentrate?
I did, but I don't while I'm driving or doing anything like that.
Okay. When was the last time you did?
Maybe last night when I got home. I didn't work yesterday, so I could.
Okay. So I'm looking at the concentrate cartridge in your center console there.
It's actually not mine. It's
But your car?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's my fault completely.
Okay. I talk a lot about DUIs and drug DUIs, marijuana DUIs. This guy had marijuana in the car, but just because he has it in his car doesn't mean that he's guilty. I didn't pull him out and do tests on the side of the road because I didn't see enough signs and symptoms to make me think that he was possibly impaired, but it happens all the time. We don't really put it on video because just doing roadside tests and seeing someone get back in the car does nothing for the internet. But in real life, it happens all the time, where we'll see something that might get our attention. We pull someone out, do tests, determine that there's no impairment, and that person goes on their motoring way.
So there's a lot of excuses, like all sorts of excuses as to why he was going 72 in a 45. And I don't think I believe any of them. So as you said, you're broke, but you had enough money to smoke weed. But you did because you said you smoked it last night. And just looking at you, I could tell that you're not high now, so I'm not worried about there being any impairment. They're saying that there's different ways you can allocate your money. There's better ways, and you're 20, right? Okay, so you're in the part of your life where you make poor decisions.
Gen Z.
Making better decisions is always a good idea. Also, not driving at almost 30 miles an hour falls into that same realm. Probably don't drive more than 30 miles an hour over the speed limit.
There's a time lapse, there's the ticking sound, there's the sad violin music. All of that stuff just comes from Sam's head. So that's Sam's ideas on how to show the internet how silly this guy is, and just a list of excuses. And when the bosses see these videos, they give Sam all of the discretion in how to make these videos. And I think that's really what makes Fridays with Frank so good, is it's a mixture of me in front of the camera and what Sam does behind the camera, and we come together to make these videos.
Okay. Maybe 50, also above the speed limit. So you're going a criminal amount of speed. I did not write you a criminal ticket. Okay. So now that we're done with all of the excuses as to why you're doing what you're doing, give that to you there.
Who was I endangering?
I'm sorry?
Who was I endangering?
Who were you endangering?
Yes.
Well, the speed limit is the highest speed you can go, right? Because it's a limit, right? So if there's a limit, you shouldn't be able to go ahead of that.
It's a recommendation for safe driving out of driving safety.
It's a recommendation. So if you'd like, there's a court date on there, so you could take that, go to the judge, and tell the judge, Your Honor, I'm nearly 30 miles an hour over the posted speed limit. However, I know that's a recommendation, and I don't think I should be held accountable for my actions. And this is what's wrong with today's society. It's right there. Driving away. Now, at the speed limit. Because finally, probably for the first time in his life, someone held him accountable for something that he did. The traffic unit decided, based on the amount of speed complaints that we were getting on Ironwood between Ocotillo and like Guadalupe baseline area, that we were going to do a saturation patrol. So the entire traffic unit's out.
This video is as a result of a speed detail. The traffic unit most times will get complaints from different areas around the county about speed. For this particular time, we were getting a lot of complaints about one particular roadway, so we brought the entire traffic unit out to one roadway on one day at one time, and for 4 or 5 hours we just had a zero tolerance, and if we were stopping cars, there's a high 90% chance that that person was going to get a ticket. And we just wanted to be out there, be a visual deterrent to moving violations, and to let people know, hey, the traffic unit's out here, you should probably obey the speed limits.
Motorcycles are out, unmarked trucks are out, unmarked cars are out, and we are taking a zero tolerance stance on any sort of moving violations. 67's a pretty good speed. On the other side there, you were at 67 miles an hour, and the posted speed limit here is 45. I do appreciate you moving over for my partner there, though. Thank you for that. Good morning. See your driver's license, if I could, please.
I was just pulled over by your other...
You were?
There's a common misconception that if you see someone, you see a law enforcement officer on a traffic stop, that there's no one else for miles around. And that is not the case. In this particular case, there were probably 8 of us out on one roadway, so you could drive past someone and then accelerate past them, and within seconds see or be engaged by another law enforcement officer. So just because you see one of us, we very seldom are we out there working alone. We like to work in packs.
Yes, I just had a
What'd you get a ticket for? Speed. Oh yeah, who gave that to you? Deputy Taylor. Yep, that's a good one. So my reason for pulling you over here is because notice that there's 2 lanes, right? And I have all my red and blue flashy lights on.
Okay.
You notice that you traveled in the lane directly next to me. When you have to, under Arizona law, move over and give me the ability to not get hit.
I was in California. We just moved out here.
Well, and you know why that's okay in California? They don't care about the law enforcement like we do here in Arizona, so we make people give us some room. So when my red and blue flashy lights are on, you can't be in this lane. You have to give me the ability to get out of my car and come up here and talk to you. Okay? Now, I'm not going to write you a ticket for this. So if Deputy Taylor already took care of business, we'll leave you with 1 citation today from the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. However, know that you have to move over for us.
This speed detail was the speed detail that I was working when I stopped the vehicle from episode 33. You remember the guy that demanded my supervisor and all that stuff. So the sequence of Fridays with Frank videos sometimes aren't exactly sequentially in chronological order. But the reason that I was on that roadway on that day to contact the guy in episode 33 was because it was on the same roadway that episode 35, the reason for episode 35.
From start to finish on a typical citation, I'm about 8 minutes. And that's from the time that I decide to stop someone to the time when they drive away and I clear the call. So we use a system called Trax.
I mentioned Trax. And I say, hey, it's our electronic system, for issuing citations. Little did I know that at the time when I spoke those words, I didn't know that Trax wasn't working as efficiently as it does today. And that's all because of the guy from episode 33. But the majority of the stops that we were making were in Pinal County, so we had no issue in them. It just happened to be that one guy that I stopped in Maricopa County, and I had that issue with that court. But I had no idea that as we videoed this, that things weren't working as correctly as I thought they were.
Everyone in all the kind of major agencies in the state use them. So on the back of your driver's license, there's a barcode. Same thing on your registration that comes from MVD. And what we do is we take this handy-dandy scanner, and it's just doing that, takes all of the information from the registration and imports it into the computer. So all we have to do is just scan it, pull the information over, and it autofills, and we go about it. So it makes it really fast. You're at a criminal amount of speed on this road, which is pretty fast. So yeah, registration and current proof insurance also plays. We were doing 69, and the posted speed limit here is 45. So you're the fastest car on the road so far. My light was green, and you entered the intersection and came through, and traffic couldn't proceed on the green light because you made the left turn in front of everyone. Any idea why I might have stopped you?
Maybe did the light turn?
Oh, it was so red. It was like it wanted to meet green and be Christmas. That's how red it was. Oh, see, so you know what red and green is. Your birthday's on Christmas. So you know how red that is.